So right now, like this is the first regional Monday meetup. So the idea of Jesse was that we need to have some regional Monday meetups where like regional folks like you can come and ask questions, and I can pass along information that is relevant to us, people living in our region. So yeah, so that is the whole idea. So we'll kick it off with TCO 22. So just so the people who don't know about it, basically what Topcoder has is, apart from the usual challenges, what Topcoder wants is that you also try to win points. Okay, like apart from the money, you also go on to win the points. And if you have considerable amount of point, you'll basically be ranked among all the participants who are winning the points. And based on the leaderboard, you get a chance to actually, when there's no COVID, you actually get a chance to go to US. And also you get a chance to be invited to the regional events as well. So like many people don't know that although we have like the actual TCU that happens in the US, which is actually a very, it's an awesome event. Like you have to be there to see like what sort of a welcome and hospitality we get to receive. So apart from that, we also have like regional events. Okay, so you have
I have participated in one of the regional last time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
The QA track.
Yeah, so I'll ask you to like share some experiences as well. Yeah. So yeah, so for this, I think the same leaderboard is used for this and this one. I mean the regional event, and based on your ranking within India or within the country. I mean it's region specific. I think it's like this. It is Southern Asia, Southeastern Asia, and Oceania. Yeah. So based on that, you get a ranking. So basically, you get a chance to participate, and over there, you get a chance to experience the welcome of the Topcoder in person, and you also get a chance to like win prize money, right?
Yes.
So yeah. So that is the whole idea with it. So in the meantime, I'll be just adding folks to because the folks in the waiting room, I'll just add them to the chat. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So that is how TCO 22 goes. If you have any question regarding this, please feel free to ask me in the end, or you can ask me in the middle as well. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that, we have right now we have like NASA Cognitive State Determination Challenge going on. It's basically a machine learning competition. Okay. So if you are interested in machine learning, this is a very it's a very attractive kind of a sort of a challenge, where the task is pretty simple, that you need to actually the data set is a bit difficult, I mean, to get through, but once you get it, the task is not that difficult. For instance, you just have to predict the state of the person, like the cognitive state of the person, like in the next next 3 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, so for people interested in machine learning, this is a very good challenge to go through. So I would highly recommend to start with it if you are interested. And by the way, like we'll also be having like more NASA competitions in the near future. So if anybody wants to get a taste of what NASA competitions feel like, and these sort of competitions also like look very good on your resume. So so it's good to participate if anybody is skilled in this area. So yeah. So after this we have yeah. So currently we have skill builders going on. Like throughout the year, you'll see a lot of skill builder challenges. So the idea is that people who are new to a particular technology can learn that technology while competing in a sort of a fun challenge. Okay, so you get both things. I mean, you get to experience working on that technology, as well as you get to get to experience how Topcoder forum works, like the submission process, so that you have some confidence when you actually compete in a real challenge. So if for all the newbies, I would recommend that at least participate in at least one skill builder challenge. It will actually take away the fear, the new, what do you call that? Fear of like participating. It will just take it away. And once that is gone, you'll be participating in almost every challenge once you get a knack of it. So do try it. And we have right now we have for Aws Athena. So I personally not worked on AWS Athena, but I think it's a query service. It is sort of like it is like SQL, okay, and and it's for distributed data and that sort. So do take a look. I think for any AWS services, we are going to have a lot of challenges in the coming future. So it's good to have your skills ready, particularly for AWS services. So yeah. So moving on to, then we also have a tie-up with Mulesoft. So if you go to this site, I'll share a link as well, or I think it's available. Just a minute, I'll just share. Or maybe I'll just share it. Okay. So basically, you have a possibility to basically get a training in Mulesoft. So Mulesoft is a company in the US where they basically, I think it's a software services company. So, and they have a big tie-up with Topcoder. So we'll be having a lot of challenges with Mulesoft on Topcoder, and maybe potentially some gigs as well. So if anybody wants to like develop any skills, that would be a great opportunity. And if you want to learn more about Mulesoft, I think Nathan in the community team is available on Slack as well. So you can contact him to learn more about it, and as well as you can come in Jesse's Monday meetup because Nathan is usually present in that. So you can ask questions if you are specifically interested in Mulesoft. So yeah. So this is my favorite area. So top gigs of this week. So yeah, so what I've done is usually Jesse filters down a lot of very good gigs that you guys can look for. And but what I have done is I have actually filtered down some that is relevant for us, I think India and neighboring countries. So among them, we have, you just have to basically come in over here, topcoder.com/gigs, and then come in locations. So for people in our region, the filters are basically all any Asian country or any location. Okay, India only. If you are in India, you don't have to be in India, because in this call we'll be having from what do you call that, South Asia. So you can be from any country, Pakistan, Bangladesh, any place. Then you have India and any Asian country. Okay, so you have to just go through these. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think you have a better opportunity of getting a gig when you filter down for your region, because comparatively you won't have a lot of what do you call applicants. For example, if it's open for everybody, then in that case there will be naturally more applicants. So among these, I have like 3 selections. These are very interesting. India, neighboring countries. This is a .NET developer, solution architect. Okay, so it's not just a developer. You also have to be a architect. I think you'll need to demonstrate some sort of experience in that. And as you can see, the compensation is pretty awesome compared to, particularly for the people of our region, for the sort of like it's pretty attractive. Like it's almost $2,000 or around that per week. So if you are interested in .NET and you think you have a resume, you can just try. Even if you think like that your resume is not that great, but you are skilled in it, you can like always try. You can always apply and see what happens. And by the way, like even if you don't have experience, like in terms of professional experience, if you have that experience on Topcoder, that counts as well. Okay, so in case you have competed on Topcoder and you have passing submissions or you have won any challenges, that really counts. So you can include those in your resume. So apart from that, we also have a data scientist gig. This is a Celios experience. So as far as I am concerned, I haven't worked on Celios. Otherwise, I myself might have applied. So if anybody knows about this or is willing to learn, or maybe has any sort of idea what this is, it might be worth exploring. And as you can see, the pay is pretty good. It is 21. As you can see, it's like very, very good, right? Yeah, and I've seen that people who have a broader skill set tend to fare better in gigs. So in that regard, it's always better to like learn more technologies, and for that in turn, we have skill builders. Yeah. So the third, yeah.
As you said now that Topcoder experience counts here, or it has a weightage some more.
Yeah.
For getting the gigs. So means at the time of interview, any Topcoder member is also will be there, or they are having the access to the Topcoder profile of us.
Okay, I think you need to actually submit your resume. Okay, so in your resume, just mention everything. Just mention all the challenges that you have competed in and what sort of position you got, whether it was a passing submission or not, whether you got a prize or not. Okay, you just have to list all those. So, and then what happens is we have a gig team. Okay, so Corey and Becky, they work on that. Okay, so they actually interface with the clients. So they'll be able to tell about you to them. Okay, they'll communicate to them that this person seems to have a experience in this. And of course, like we are Topcoder, so we will be, of course, mentioning that this guy managed to win this challenge. So of course, he has the skill, right? You can't win a challenge if you don't have the skill in that area. Yeah. So it's not necessary that it has a higher weightage. I won't say that Topcoder experience has a higher weightage. I'm not sure about that, but it does count. Okay, so it's almost same as having an experience in other area. In my opinion, I think it's a stronger experience because you actually demonstrated it in a real challenge, right? So you can always do that. And you can also, if you want to make sure that you want to communicate your Topcoder experience, just mail it to the guys. I mean, the person who screens you, because the initial screening is done by the internal Topcoder team. So you can just talk to them. You can just tell them that my experience is in Topcoder. So please make sure to communicate this to the client. So maybe you can say that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So if these are some of my selections, and if you want to look for more, like there are a lot more. You have Spring Boot developer, India and any Asian country, React.js. There's a lot of option. Or you can just take all and go through them, open them and see, oh, it's mentioned over here. Okay, the location filtering can be done from just looking at it as well. Okay, so moving on to, yeah. So apart from my Monday meetup, we'll also be having a Monday meetup with like the other community managers as well. So right now we have about 4 community managers, myself, then that is Fajar from Indonesia. Then we have Piana from Finland, and we have Corey from USA. So Corey basically looks into gigs, and like the 3 of us people and guys actually are like, we are focusing on various regions. But you are always like welcome to contact any of us on Slack. Okay, if you want to ask anything, you can just get in touch with us. For any specific issues, you can just contact support, and apart from that, you can just contact any of us. Okay.
One more question, Ketang. In my mind.
Yeah.
Actually, TFS series has been ended into Topcoder, right? Test for success, which was going with the shift int app.
Pardon? Can you just repeat?
The test for success, which was conducted last year, which was conducted till last year, has been ended with the Topcoder, I think.
Okay.
And it was the major source to get a points for the TCO.
Okay.
So right now, what's the Topcoder is planning to have that one, or only the bug hunt and the automations or the postman challenges will be the source to get the TCO points? What will be the major source for the TCO points for the QA track?
Okay, so you are talking about primarily the QA track, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to be honest, I actually don't have a lot of experience with QA. So what I'll do is if you want, I'll invite Deepak next time. Okay. Yeah. So he'll be able to answer your questions, and I'll actually follow it up with Deepak, and I'll contact you on Slack, and I'll just let you know.
Yeah, because right now I think there is only bug hunt challenges and the automation challenges are the only challenges which have got the tag for the TCO.
Okay. Okay, so are there any other sort of QA challenges that don't have the tag?
No, I have not encountered any challenges like that.
Okay.
Previously, it was the TFS for sure. They are having the TCO tags with them.
Okay, so Jesse is asking, like, is the question about lack of QA challenges for TCO, or what comes of for TCO? Can you just look at the chat?
Yeah, I'm looking the Jesse's question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse, I think the lack of QA challenges for the TCO.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, challenge flow, the thing is that it ebbs and flows. Sometimes we have a lot of challenges and sometimes we don't. So, I mean, that the marketing team is always working on that. So probably like going ahead, we'll have more challenges. Usually what happens is some quarters there are like a lot of challenges and in others there aren't. So hopefully we'll resolve that. And if you have any, like if you're talking about any particular client, then in that regard, I mean, there is always a rotation. Like some clients come, then they have a relationship for a few months and then they leave. So, and sometimes they continue. So, so particular client might not be available like every year, but there will be like new challenges every now and then. So I hope you get a chance to win the points.
Yeah.
So over here, so I talked about Fajr. So Fajr will be taking his call in his local time, that is 8 p.m. I think that is Jakarta time. So I think it's just after this call. And then we also have a European call. It's 6 p.m. Helsinki time. It's hosted by Pena. So you, like, any of us can actually join their calls as well, and we can like ask questions. But the information will be filtered down for their audience. So yeah, and apart from that, we just a heads up about the calendar. So we have a marathon match. Like this is a basic marathon match. I mean, not a machine learning, like a competitive marathon match 132 coming up on 12th. And then there is an algo SRM 822 on 18th. Then we have a AMA with Adrock. So this is Adam. So Adam is working. I mean, he's in charge of along with Jesse, he's in charge of the community team, and like he handles all aspects of the community. So you can just join us and you can ask any questions related to the community, and he'll be able to answer I think any question regarding Topcoder. So do join that.
Okay.
And for and by the way, I can answer the questions as well, but it might take me some time. So yeah. And then we have a rookie SRM 9 match. I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's a competitive programming algo match. So if you're interested, you can please join. Yeah. So now you can ask anything. I mean, anything about anything. You can just ask. And you can, if you want, you can ask in Hindi as well, because I can understand Hindi and some other languages as well, but Hindi I can speak.
No.
Yeah.
जितना पूछना था मैंने पूछ लिया actually during the meet.
चलो अच्छा है.
Yeah.
Yeah. और भी कुछ पूछना तो पूछ सकते हो if you want to.
I was just wondering about the Harshit. He is not in focus right now. Where is he?
Okay, so yeah, Harshit is actually, I think, I'm not sure, but I think he's not in the team. I mean, he's not like working directly with Topcoder. He's definitely in, we have him in the community, but I don't think he's working directly with us. I'm not sure, but I think he's studying, or he's doing some, or maybe he has taken up a different role, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would recommend that if you are starting out. By the way, like, when did you like complete your college? Recently or?
No, I'm not a college guy actually.
Okay.
I'm in with something else, and that's why I'm not able to give a full time for the Topcoder. But yes, I'm planning to join the Topcoder in the next year. By next year.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will be full time as well.
Yeah. So in the meantime, maybe you can check out the fun challenges. You can just keep learning a bit by bit, right?
Yeah. And one more most means funny thing I'm having with the TCO that for TCO we are having the automation challenges and the postman collections like that challenges where the dev guys are jumping, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and in the QA track,
Okay.
I'm talking about, and what happening is when dev guys are going to the USA finals for the QA track, where they are uh, means facing this burden challenges.
Okay.
सो वहां पर होता यह है, लास्टली मैंने स्टेज पे था मैं, मतलब आई वाज वाचिंग दिस स्टेज ओनली, द developers are not bit familiar with the bug and challenges or regression testing kind of things.
Yeah, I think so. In Topcoder, what the thing is that we don't stop anyone from doing anything. Okay.
Yes,
Like if
yes,
you are a QA guy, if you want to compete in marathon match, you can definitely do that.
yes,
But I mean, you can always share these suggestions with Jesse actually, because we are trying to do that we have like some tracks where some people are not, they don't fit over there. So you can just share that with Jesse, or you can share that with me as well. कि अगर ऐसा होगा कि अगर बहुत ज्यादा लोग आ रहे हैं जो लोग फिट नहीं हो रहे हैं उसमें, तो सोचेंगे हम लोग कि उसको कैसे कुछ नया ट्रैक बना सकते हैं या कैसे कर सकते हैं हैंडल उसको.
नहीं, either अगर automations means what developer are jumping in the QA track, they should have some different kind of competition in the TCO.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about the points, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
to score high points. See, like जैसे last time TCO में हुआ था, maximum I think there were 3 or 4 developers were there in the QA track, QA finals. So they are not able to score more because to whom they are competing was the QA guys who was doing regularly bug hunting, regression testing, and but these 3 or 4 dev guys, they are not familiar with that part. So I thought that it was not a fair competition.
Yeah. Okay, for them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not fair competition because they may be they may or may not be complaining about the competition, that they are not doing it regularly.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, if you have these ideas, please do share with Jesse, because like I'm also involved in this. Okay, because like we are trying to make TCO as streamlined as possible so that people get a fair chance. So if you have an idea, please do share. Okay.
Yes.
And because these things can count. If you share a good idea, it will come for like to us for analysis. Jesse will analyze that. So you will be able to make a change if you suggest like something pretty reasonable. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I will do share it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's in my mind.
Yeah. Or anything else that you would like to share regarding TCO? Because from your experience from the regionals or anywhere.
I will share it when yeah.
Okay.
I will share it definitely.
Okay. Okay. So till now only Swapnil has been talking to me. Anybody else would like to ask anything?
Hey Ketan, Kshitish this side.
Yeah, hi Kshitish.
So basically, like right now, like after doing a bit of gigs, and like I haven't done more of sort of a gigs, but just wanted to catch up regarding same. Like in the gig section, what like if we see the pact where we get the payments, it shows like even after we are doing a gig, it shows us as a contest.
Oh yeah.
So ideally, like internally in Topcoder, I don't think so that matters a lot.
Yeah.
But at the end, where we are, coming to the Indian taxation bit, if it is a taxation, if it is a contest, then we directly need to pay a 30% tax, right? And if it is a earning from a gig, then we need to go to our normal income tax slab where we are earning 5 lakhs. So we are coming to certain percentage. You get my point?
Yeah, of course.
So, so don't you think that there should be a correction? And like if like I saw the stats and it shows that almost like most of the contributors like Indian like participants have a major share in the contribution of Topcoder community. So they should be thought of like in terms.
So actually I think we can talk about that. So in terms of taxation, I think there's also a clause that we can make use of, that if you only make money using what do you call that, freelancing, then you just have to show 50% as your income.
But that has a upper limit, I think. But I don't know, like, if it
Like
implies to all.
I think it's like how much is that? I think 20, 30 lakhs, something like that.
Yeah, approximately.
Okay, so if you're making more than that, of course you'll have to pay more, right? But
Yeah,
below that,
like
I think,
I'm not like concentrating to this point.
yeah,
Just to add on, like,
yeah,
bring it to your notice,
yeah,
bring the top coders notice that there is something, like, if you put it as a contest, it means something different, and if
yeah,
you
yeah,
put it as a gig
yeah,
work, it makes something else.
yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because that is a purely a gig, so I think it won't make sense to label it like a contest, right? I think the main,
Like, even if like, I get where it's coming from, like, because earlier Topcoder is more towards the part where it's
yeah,
dealing with contests. So at the payment end, it's like,
Mm.
let's move it with the same branch, like, keep
Yeah.
on moving in the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think they need to work upon it,
Yeah.
even though it doesn't make a big impact.
Yeah.
But still, if it
Yeah.
might be misleading to a few of the members, no, so that's
Yeah.
why I just wanted to bring it to you. Secondly, like, recently, like, I even raised a question on the Slack itself. Like, what is the like, when I bring, like, I earlier was like, we have three payments over here at Topcoder, three payment options in terms of the withdrawal thing.
Yeah.
PayPal, Pioneer, and the
Yeah.
Western Union one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, coming from an Indian point of view, like, what is, like, I have dealt with, like, I know PayPal is charging me a lot when
Yeah.
the conversion is
Yeah.
concerned. PayPal, I have a confusion between Pioneer and Western Union. So recently I had a word with one of the members on the Slack also. So they told me that they are being using Western Union and they are getting it converted over here. So what would be your preference, and what would be, if you don't mind sharing, like, the deal that you are getting, like, if is it better to go through which way?
Okay, so I mean, from a Topcoder perspective, I don't have a preference, of course, because
Yeah,
Topcoder has a
of course.
relationship with all three. If you ask me personally, I personally use Payoneer. Okay. Because I want the money as soon as possible, because I invest the money sometimes. So what I do is, when I get the money, I like, whatever I need, I keep it in my bank. Other things, I just keep it in a mutual fund or something. Okay. So instead of waiting 15 days or 30 days, it's better to just get it and just earn the money and the interest on that, right?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So because the difference is not much, and if people don't, like, it is a risky thing, right? If you invest the money somewhere else, that is not safe. Like, if the market goes down, maybe you'll lose the money as well. So people who don't want to,
that is what is happening right now.
yeah. So people who don't want to do that, I think they can just wait. Maybe you just have to check yourself, because what happens is, for different banks, you get a different conversion rate. What I saw is that I think 2 point some percent was the difference that I got. I analyzed it. I think I saw your comment. Okay, I saw your comment on Slack, and I looked up what the conversion rate I got. So I think it was not much. I think it was 2 or 3%, something like that. 2.5%, I think. Okay.
2.5% of the entire payment.
Yeah, like the rate that was like US to INR, I got like 2.3% less than that. Okay. And I use Payoneer plus SBI. So and what
so
I do,
SBI doesn't have a much, like, in case I'm using Pioneer, SBI doesn't have a much to play with it. I don't think so.
Yeah,
or do they?
they have they do take some conversion fee, like every bank does. So you have to
so
pay that.
you're getting the amount converted at SBI, or you're getting the amount converted at Pioneer itself?
I think in India, the thing is that you can't take the money in USD. You just have to take in INR.
Yeah, correct.
So what Payoneer does is, it does its own conversion, and then maybe what happens is, I think they have a relationship with the banks as well. So yeah. So I would just recommend you to just, I mean, if you are okay with investing the money, and if you want the money as soon as possible, just go with Payoneer. And if you want to be sure, and if you're like making a lot of money, and like even a small percentage counts, and if you don't mind waiting for it a bit, then I think Western Union is also good.
Yeah,
because
just like this is just a beginning, no? So
yeah,
I just I plan to,
yeah,
when I'm starting a business with Topcoder and I'm contributing on the daily
yeah,
basis, I
yeah,
have a long-term plan. So
yeah,
I think I should know, no, which is the, so
definitely, yeah,
as a community member, rather than trying trying every
yeah,
option, I
mm,
think you are the best people to give
yeah,
a solution for it, and your experience I think would be more valuable to me at this point
yeah,
of time.
yeah.
So that's why I just wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah, but at
Okay.
some point of time, I think you'll have to do at least some trial and error, because what happens is there is a huge variability within banks. Okay,
Mhm,
like
mhm,
sometimes in some banks you get a like good conversion rate and something like that, and I'm not sure about that. So
mhm,
at least once what you do is just use Payoneer once and just use
mhm,
Western Union once, and
mhm.
just check it out. Like the whatever experience you like better or the conversion rate you like better, just go with it. Because at the end of the day, like the conversion rate is not very different. So whatever counts for you, that matters, because my opinion won't maybe help everybody. So yeah.
Mhm.
And by the
Okay.
way, like regarding packs, the thing is, I think we are using a legacy software in that. Okay, so I think the software is like pretty old. Okay, I think it's a legacy. I mean, it must be 10 years plus, the pack software. So it's not. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if it can be updated that easily. So maybe that is the reason they categorize it as a competition payment. But
Okay.
I'll need to actually check if it is possible to
Yeah,
label it. So yeah.
I have raised it to Jesse,
Mhm.
like approximately in the month of October ending. So
Okay.
it has been approximately a month, and it's around to be a 2 month.
Okay.
So I don't know what's the status
Okay.
till now. Like what's the status on that?
Okay.
So that's why I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
Like I
So
raised the issue in this similar community
mhm.
meetings only.
Okay.
So just wanted to check upon that.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah. So Jesse is posting that the team is
I
working
think
on it.
they,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I hope we'll see some uh, updates
By
soon.
the way, can we introduce more of the withdrawal people, like agents or whatever you call them, like
Yeah.
Western Union, like we have Western Union and
Mm.
PayPal and
Mm.
Pioneer. Can we introduce more of them so that because at the end I think the firm should be interested in getting the benefit to the whoever, because at the end there are people because there is certain amount of fund that is responsible for the conversion, so whoever is giving us the better conversion rate.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jesse is suggesting that you can actually the best way to like share an idea and for it to remain on Topcoder is just to go in the forum. And like thanks for bringing it up over here as well. And apart from that, you can just like go and post it on the forum, and I'll like me and Jesse will look into it. And
And additionally, I want to bring it up over
yeah,
here.
yeah, please do.
What is happening is,
Hmm.
as I told you, like I'm hit and trialing every method. So
Yeah.
Western Union also gives me an option to convert the money. Okay.
Okay.
Now
Convert
on
in
I
what
have
sense?
convert the money in sense that convert the money from USD to INR.
So it's giving you an option to do that.
Yeah.
So you mean
So
if you don't want to do that, you can't do that? Is it giving you
no,
that option?
no. Western Union, what Western Union does
Hmm.
it says if you want to get the money converted on my end,
Hmm.
you can do that.
Okay.
Conversion of
Okay. Okay.
USD to INR. If you
Okay.
want to do it my end, I
Yeah.
can do it.
Okay.
But see, because before even trying, see, there's a
Hmm.
transparency at Pioneer level. No,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
at Pioneer you have an option to
Hmm.
know that they
Hmm.
are charging 2% fees.
Hmm.
They are breaking up every point. No,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
what is the
Hmm.
amount they are charging, what is
Yeah.
the withdrawal fees
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So at Western I have a withdrawal fee of $8.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
clear till that.
Hmm.
Now above that,
Hmm.
what is happening is Western Union is
Hmm.
saying that now I inquire Western Union regarding like
Hmm.
what is the conversion rate that you would be giving me, what is
Hmm.
the rate.
Hmm.
Now they say that this would not be a normal transaction
Hmm.
because we are using because Topcoder is using Western Union business.
Okay.
So since
Hmm.
they are using Western Union business,
Hmm.
it comes under another category of the entire Western Union. So
Okay.
payments coming through Western Union are dealt in a different way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case,
Hmm.
like while searching on the net, I found that Western Union provided me two of the conversion issues. Like they
Okay.
can convert it at a certain amount
Hmm.
for normal customers, and for the business one, they had another converter being used.
Okay. Yeah. So what happens is like this is a major business partnership. Okay. So I think these kinds of payment services, they actually have a like a major partnership with Topcoder. Okay.
Okay.
So I think like a part of that partnership, like I'm not sure about the specifics of that because that is a internal. I think it's an
Yeah.
internal detail.
I completely get that.
Yeah.
I completely
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
So they are like, I asked them, what is the conversion rate?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you can provide me. So
Yeah.
since this is, as you right now mentioned,
Mm.
that this is an internal deal between Topcoder
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
Western
Yeah.
Union.
Yeah.
So according to Western Union, I'm an external entity.
Yeah.
So they can't
Yeah.
share the conversion rate to me
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what my request to to Topcoder is, could you please convey the rate to me?
Okay. Yeah, we can do. I mean, I can convey that to Jesse that if that is not an issue, we could like make it more transparent. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
not
because
sure if that is a part of the agreement that you won't make it explicit that it has to be kept confidential. We're not sure about that. So
see,
yeah.
because if I'm given an option to convert it at Western Union,
Mhm.
so before even processing the payment or initiating the payment, I should have a rate. No, what will Western Union be providing me?
So
You
look,
get it?
yeah, what happens is like when you like with all these services, like there
Mhm.
is an issue with transparency. Like no service is actually like fully transparent about that. What is the reason about that? I'm not sure. Because
But
yeah.
I think getting to this point where you say the transparency issue, I think Pioneer is great in the transparency bit.
So it's
But
not
you,
actually, no, it's not because it has a flat deduction, and there's
Mhm.
also an additional deduction. Okay, that is not transparent as far as I know.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have recently done a payment over there,
Okay.
and what happens was, if you
Hmm.
get, you contact them to the customer care and
Hmm.
you ask them for the entire breakup,
Hmm.
they will provide you.
Okay.
I have been in a situation where
Hmm.
people, like, I recently I made a payment through
Hmm.
Payoneer,
Hmm.
and they told me like, this is the only charge, because if you see, after doing the payment,
Hmm.
after the transaction takes place, you only get a conversion rate, that this is the conversion rate that is being charged,
Hmm.
and you don't get the breakup. And if
Hmm.
you see the dollar rate on
Hmm.
Google that day,
Hmm.
it's a very it's a difference of 1.5 or something
Hmm.
USD. So
Hmm.
that's a very great spread.
Hmm.
So I asked them, how do you break up?
Hmm.
I completely agree with it that they
Hmm.
don't mention it very
Hmm.
extensively.
Hmm.
Like, there is some a bit where the customer gets confused.
Hmm.
But if you go to the customer care and ask them,
Hmm.
like, what is the payment? I need a clarity over it. So they
Hmm.
are able to provide it. But Western Union,
Hmm.
and the additional thing, the best thing, what I, being at an Indian Standard Time, what I
Hmm.
came to know that they are available at Indian Standard Time as well.
Hmm.
But what the case in Western Union is,
Hmm.
first of all, being in India, I have only contact with Western Union India.
Hmm.
So to contact Western Union, the US one, I need to first wake up at the night
Hmm.
and contact them during their timings.
Hmm.
So first of all, the customer services and the people in India do not have a clue what
Hmm.
is this, because Western Union business is not available in India. It's
Yeah.
only available in the US. So
Yeah.
that's creating a lot of confusion from my end, because I can't contact with the people
Hmm.
over there. And
Yeah.
over here, the people who are here, the agents over here, don't have a clue. Even if I go to their
Yeah.
shop
Yeah. I
and
understand.
ask,
Yeah. They
even
will.
if I
They will
on
say that. They will say that we
yeah,
have to
we don't
contact
have
them,
the
right?
rules, we are not in touch with them.
Yeah.
But and even if I contact to the one in the US, they are saying that we are Western Union, we are not
Hmm.
Western Union business, and
Hmm.
only the business can give us we can share the conversion rates only with them. So
So
even if the conversion rate is high, actually I need a figure for reference, basically. You get my point?
yeah, I get.
I,
So what the thing is, I think there is a like a significant payments team inside Topcoder. Okay. So
okay.
they would know best about this. Like as far as like I am concerned, I would like definitely convey this to the team, and you can
Mhm.
just kick off the what do you call that, the forum post, and I'll join that, and we can take the
Actually,
conversation. Yeah, because
I
this
have
is a
done this.
very comprehensive discussion. So I think it would be better if we like discuss it permanently on forum. What do you think
Actually,
about
I
that?
have done this on like the support, email support.
No, not support because support. What support does is yeah, they can help you with this as well. But as
Actually,
far
they are
as
not able to. They are not able to.
yeah,
That's why
but
I put up,
yeah, for
like,
suggestions, I mean, it's better to just create a forum post for suggestions. Okay.
okay.
And for specific issues, like if you have a problem with a challenge, if you are having a problem with like a co-pilot maybe, For those specific kind of an issue, you can just contact support. And for like structural issues, like suggestions, you can use the forum. So
Okay.
that is usually how things work. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
for this,
yeah.
shall I put it?
Yeah, definitely.
Put it
Please do. Yeah, because in that way we would be able to like keep track of the conversation properly
on the forum itself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So is that like, shall I put it up on the Slack as well? Like, I think Slack is the best option, but I don't.
The thing with Slack, the community Slack, is that we lose the conversation. Okay.
Okay.
So because we don't have a paid plan for that, and there's a plan to move away from Slack, I think there will be a announcement soon regarding that. So for now, I think forum is the best, because if you want your message to persist, the best thing to do is post it in the forum, because it won't be lost with time. So yeah.
Okay, I'll surely do that. And I think this is thank you for the time, and thank you for
problem. Yeah.
Thanks.
If you have any other relevant questions as well, please do. Like, we'll be hosting this every week. So if you have any, yeah,
I'll surely bring up if I have any other issues, because I think that these are beneficial, like these get-togethers, and these community meets are very beneficial, and I think we should be using them to the max. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you to you for you as well. I mean, for the questions. So anybody else has any questions?
Ethan, how long we will be on the Slack? Any idea?
How long are we going to be on Slack?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because I think people are like, internal team is considering other platforms as well. So there will be it won't be abrupt. I think it will be a gradual process. So because the thing with Slack is that our messages get lost, right? If you post something today, within a few days it will be lost. And to avoid that, you have to pay an extremely hefty amount for the paid plans for this sort of community. I mean, it's a huge community, right? So Topcoder is like considering other options as well, and I think there will be an announcement soon regarding that. So for now, if you want to like start any new conversation that you want to stick, you want it to stick around for a while, it's best to like start in the forum. And like, it's anyway better to like start any conversation in the forum, because that is like within the platform, right? So basic idea is that for general chit chat and general announcements, we use Slack, and for like more serious conversations, we tend to use the forum. So.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So do we have any other questions, right? So by the way, like this was my first time hosting this. So if you guys have any, like if you are noticing anything over here that looks weird, or I mean that I'm not seeing, this, let me know. Okay, just be frank with me and just let me know if something looks not right.
No, it's nice.
Okay. That's good to know. Thank you. Okay, folks. So if you have any questions, I'll wait for a couple of seconds. If not, I'll end the call and we'll meet next week. Okay, guys, then just a minute. We have a question. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Penna. Yeah. So by the way, like, join his call as well. It's right after the call that Jesse is gonna have. So it's right after that. So I think he's going to do it in English, and just we can get to see what relevant information is gonna share with the European folks, and we can. And if you guys like, there are many people from India who actually also live in Europe. So I think it might be a good idea to like be on both, maybe. I'm not sure. So that might be a good idea, because you're going to be taxed in India, right? And so you might have any relevant information over here as well. And as far as the timings are concerned, you might get relevant information from the European folks. I mean, Penna, basically. So you want to say something, Penna?
Thanks, Gets. Yeah, I totally agree. It would be great to develop this sort of inter-regional sort of bonds here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can definitely be useful if you have like a personal connection to another region to join multiple calls.
Mhm.
especially at the beginning of this new phase now that we are starting to do this regionals.
Yeah.
Some sharing time, we're going to develop sort of really different profiles for each kind of region and each different regional meetup.
Yeah.
So they might be completely unique and different things at each different meetup then.
Yeah. Definitely agree. So like, even if you are not in European region, just check it out. Okay then, guys. I'll meet you next week, and until then, just register for Penas and Fajrs and Jesse's call tonight.
Ethan, one
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Is it possible to modify a meter time for next meetups?
Suggest. Okay. What do you suggest?
For upcoming meetups, can we connect at 6:30 instead of 5:30 in IST?
6:30.
Yeah.
I think that is the time for. I think that is Fajr's time.
Oh, okay.
So what, like, is it related to work, or is it more convenient for you? Like, what is the reason?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
5:30 means after 5:30, any time slot is available. Then.
No, actually, what happens? Yeah, it might be like we need to look into it. Like we are like just trying things out this week, and based on what we see, we'll and do share your suggestions if you think but time is better sometime some other time, or maybe late at night as well. If you guys are available, we can see what kind of a time we can go through.
Yeah,
Okay.
because IST the 5:30 time is I think it's some busy time for some guys.
Yeah.
Like
So yeah. So my idea was like at least after 5. Okay. Because after that Jesse's meeting is also like around 7 or 8, and then Fajr is also has to like host early. So, but we are definitely open to suggestions. If you want to suggest anything, by the way, we can start what do you call that, a forum post like regarding this. If you want to suggest anything, please do so. So
Yeah.
you can do the udghatan. You can just go over there and like create a post. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. So it was nice talking to you guys. See you next week.